everybody, thank you for tuning back into my channel. This is the life of DONTE. Today we're going to be doing a tutorial on how to install a 13x4 lace frontal wig. And this is my client Callie here. So we already have her pre-sectioned off because we're about to get her braided. Then we're going to go ahead and do the ball cap method. And then we're going to get into the lace. I do have to plug it, so I will do a little bit of plugging on camera. I'm actually going to do another video for plugging, so if you're wanting to do a step-by-step on how to plug, just drop that in the comment. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started, and we will be back. I did say I will plug a little bit of this for you guys in this video. As you can see, we're about to come in and plug there. We're just taking out some hair to go ahead and get the plugging started so you guys can see what's going on. We are about to start our cap method. You want to clean off your client's skin, make sure their skin is clean and clear. I'm going to be using some Sea Breeze, which is an astringent for clearing of the skin. You just want to make sure you are wiping your client's skin clean. Although we did wash her, we just want to get that fresh clean. Personally, you'll see a lot of other people use different stuff. I like to use DONTE, so I will take DONTE glue and I will go across the client's head, starting from the ear, working my way across. And I like to do half and half, so I will go from ear to the middle of the head. And I am just putting this at the hairline. Then I like to use my edge brush. Softly brush those hairs back. And then I come in with my blow dryer on cool, guys. And I just dry that hair back. Remember guys, cool air, hot air will re-melt the product, have y'all gooey and gooky as the cool air is setting your product. So make sure you are using cool air. So we just did side one. As you can see, the hair has been pushed back away from the take like enough on your finger that you can get it all around the client's hair. And again, I start from ear and work my way to the middle of the client's head. Just make sure you have enough. Some people's hair is a little bit more dense than others and may take a little bit more product. And just use your edge brush again to brush those edges back. And you're gonna repeat the same thing, guys, same thing. You're gonna grab your blow dryer on cool air. And I'll use my hand as I'm doing it to just mold that hair back. Notice the cool air dries it a lot faster, so you won't find yourself doing the same part over and over again. Cool air is the best friend when it's solid adhesive of any kind, guys. And again, if you can't get your hair braided to do this, you can do a low back ponytail. Get your hair blown out and try to get it as flat as possible, guys. I'm just trying them on because I want to know which one I'm going to use. And actually, I may go with the brown cap because it's already giving me that sheer look that I need. You guys can see. I can see her hairline clearly through the cap. As long as it's pulled down, I'm going to be able to. Okay. So give me just a second. I'm going to clean the client's skin once again just to make sure that there's no residue on the outside of her hairline. And again, I'm just going to take that same towel that we used in the beginning, put a little bit more grease on there just so that we can go ahead and just wipe at that hairline, make sure we get any extra access that we left. Make sure you get in that ear area. As you guys can see, we've cleaned off the client's head. She is ready to be capped down. Okay. I need to thread a needle. I'm going to sew the back of her cap on. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull that down with the client's head as far as you can without hurting your client. Nobody was harmed during the filming of this. So you want to take your scissors and you want to go ahead and cut a hole. I like to go under the ear because one thing with these caps, sometimes they kind of stretch and spread. And because I don't like a too big of an ear hole, it makes it kind of like perfect to where it just lays flush right in there for you. So again, I like to go under the ear hole. That's just me personally. And I'm going to repeat that same step on the other side. So now that we have that on, now guys, this stuff works wonders. This is my best friend. See a lot of people using the Got to Be spray, and I use different stuff for different times. So it really just depends on what I'm doing. This, for instance, is what I'm going to use to hold my cap down. You'll see a lot of people using the actual glue that they use to glue the lace down, which I'm not going to do. What I do is I'm going to turn this client this way. And bring your hair to the side for me. And under the lights, everything becomes sheer. So I put my hand right where I want to spray. And just make sure your spray is spraying out. And you don't have to put a lot, guys, just enough. And just follow your hand across this client's whole hairline, just like so. And you guys will see a little extra over here. The ear taps always come up, so I like to put a little extra right there, just to kind of give it like a little melt. And again, just follow the client's hairline. Now we're going to let that settle. Okay. So the back of the client's cap. will do a double stitch if you are paying attention. And I like to start just from behind the ear on both sides. You see me come in there. Then I go through that thread on the first stitch just to lock that in. Then I wrap around. Wrap around. And you can do that as many times as you choose to. We have this dry, just make sure you fill it on the skin side, because this sometimes feels dry, it's not. Just make sure that you are not wet on the skin side. Then you want to just come in. For me, I like to go in at the front. You'll see some people go ahead and start at the side, but for me personally, it's just easier. And I do this because I can see the client's hairline, and I just like to follow the hairline as I am cutting. So I come a little close, then I just literally follow the client's hairline. You will get a little fray from your cap. As you can see, that is the cap. Before I go ahead and melt that, we're not going to put any hair glue on there because I don't like to do glue. And so I'm just going to repeat what I did on that side. We have that all there. Personally, I like to go ahead and I will take a plastic comb, and I will take my blow dryer as I blow dry that. So we're just melting this into the client's skin. Just make sure that's dry before you go ahead and do the other side. You guys can see that that cap has been blended down to the client's skin. So now we're going to go ahead for the last time. We're going to wipe the client's skin. So keep your astringent close by because you're going to have to keep your client's skin clean and clear. You don't want to create any this just allows you to have a clean canvas as as you work, just make sure you are keeping your client's skin clean and clear. As the products that we use contain different things, we want to keep that skin moisturized and clear, guys. It's very important. I see a lot of installs where people are not applying any kind of skin protectant to their client's head, and you want to do that as well. I myself like to use the Bold Hold. So I'm just going to use the other end of that after we went ahead and cleaned that client's skin. And we don't use alcohol because it can dry out the client's skin, making it irritated for them. You just want to dab on your skin protectant right at the hairline and give that a second to dry. You can put a couple layers if you like. This is going to protect the client's skin from any kind of rashes, any kind of harshness. So guys, I don't need to, but I would like to go ahead and tint the cap just a little bit more of a blend. And this wig that we are going to be installing, I am recustomizing the lace line. So we did, however, remove some hair. I don't know if you guys can tell. We went ahead and replucked her. Knots have been bleached. She's about to be slayed and laid. Get into it. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of makeup here, and I'm gonna apply it to the front of the client's cap. Just I want it to blend more with her skin. Go a little bit over the cap, not too much, because makeup does contain oil, which will make your client's hair split if you are using something that is too oil-based. I know you guys can see how that's coming out. Just giving bald cap. Y'all see it? Makeup does go a long way, so just make sure you're moving it around, guys, because it can get a little heavier in some spots than others, and you don't want that. So for me, whenever I'm doing a reinstall, normally on the lace that I cut, I did not cut this lace, but I did this in specific to show you all how we go about. Now I should have showed you the before and afters on this wig. This wig did have hair all the way to the lace line, had not been plucked, and had been cut improperly. So for this specific client, we are going to recustomize this lace line to give her a more fitted look for her head, and we are going to adjust that. As you can see, we plucked it too. So the same thing that you're doing to the cap, you're going to do to the wig. Just make sure you're moving it around, because again, you don't want it to be too heavy in spots. So make sure you're moving it around, guys. I'm actually going to take the wig off of here because I want to try to fit it onto the client's head, and I am also going to tint the other side of the lace so that it is matching to the client. So, okay guys, we have went ahead and tinted the lace. Now it looks a little crazy right now, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to take out all this lace that is not needed. Let this side go. sure you're not cutting that hair, guys. I know how easy it is to do so. So now, if you guys can see, the client has a straight piece right there at the ear, which allows it to lay flush, and you see how it blends down to her skin. So you just want to make sure your lace is cut. You'll see people use all different types of stuff. You know, you'll see people using razors. You'll even see people using a thinning razor with a comb attachment. You'll see people using picking shears. There's so many different things that you can use in this part. For this particular lace, just because I want to give it a super duper melt, we're going to use the picking shears today. So, side and work my way around to the front. Since we have already went ahead and plucked this unit, this shall be a fairly easy fix. So you're just going to come in with your picking shears. You're going to try to follow the client's lace line, mimicking their hairline, maybe to the line that you plucked. I always like to leave like half an inch of lace, just because you know you want to come past that hairline. So we're just going to go ahead and just going to go like that until we get what we want. And sometimes the picking shears can be a little precise, guys, so you know, try not to always cut in a straight line. You know, use some downward motions. Do some swiveling motions. This is not supposed to have straight lines, guys. See that? It's not even melted down yet. I'm going to come in here just a little bit more. As you guys can see, got that melt going down right there. So we are about to start applying our glue. We are only using Bodo. Y'all please excuse me with these weird sounds. I think I'm tired. It's kind of late. I'm still working, or filming rather, and uploading. Really, guys. So we got it glued together. I'm gonna come in first. We're gonna get all of that plate off the head. So you have everything about where you want it. I like to check my lace line, like we are just barely past her hairline, guys. Again, so you know, pull that up as far as you can, just so that way you get a really flat lay down on this hair. So now that we are here, I know where we are gonna start. Me, myself personally, I like to start in the middle, guys. That gives me the flattest lay and the most. When I'm reinstalling, I always start in the middle and work my way out to the side, so that allows me to put that pressure and bring that lace stretching it so that it melts and lays down into the skin. So we're gonna start with our first layer, and of course, I take my finger and I like to track right there where I have my cap at. And I'm just gonna take that and pull that back just a little bit. Then I'm gonna take some dots and I'm gonna go just like so. And I go right to the cap line, pushing that all back. Make sure you're spreading it on thin, guys, because thick is gonna dry like that and it's not gonna lay down. So I'll go like right at the cap line and come forward. You'll see a lot of people say they wait until the layers dry clear. You can. For me personally, I like to just go in because I know that I need this glue to dry so that we can go ahead and get this installed. And again, just thin it out, guys. Make sure you're thinning it out. Make sure you have a comb of some sort to thin that out, because you don't want it to dry thick and caked up. Not that kind of work. And just keep taking that glue, guys. Spread it on. Guys, make sure you're using some skin protect on your clients, on yourself. Damage. So we have put the third layer on. Make sure you're thinning it, guys. Smoothing that out. You don't want it to dry crazy. And if you can, it would help if you have some kind of air around, cool air. You need to be doing this in cool air. Tilt your head down for a second. As you can see, it's like a little bit of white, but it's mostly dry clear already. So we're going to just let that dry and settle. And I'm going to do this last layer. So this is going to be our fourth layer. And I'm going to repeat this one cycle to both sides. Now, a lot of people ask me, which side do you do first when you do it like that? Honestly, it's not one side that I choose more than the other. I just kind of feel for what I'm doing. And depending on how cool your room is, guys, that glue will dry fast, so you gotta kind of work quick with smoothing it. But you do not, I repeat, you do not want clumpy glue. Try to keep it as neat as possible, guys. I know sometimes things get a little messy. Nobody's perfect. But that's how you get a neat install. So I'm just gonna let that settle. And also too, guys, at the end of your applications, make sure you are wiping off your utensil in which you are using to spread your glue, as it will dry and get caked up as well. So when you go to reapply, it'll be all nasty. Alright guys, so we went ahead and got that front laid down. And now you guys can see, which would make that a good thing. This isn't even melted yet, so we're just gonna go ahead and start from the side here. So we know that we are coming from here to here. I'm just gonna take my dots. Now guys, when you're applying, I know some people will feel like, oh dang, I didn't go up further enough when laying down that glue. Now that's fine, because you can always go back and fix that. You do not, I repeat, you do not want to be the one Try not to use your utensil that you're spreading with. Try not to like lay it into the glue, as sometimes it will stick because it's glue. Lifting your glue, making those little ugly pockets of glue. Me myself personally, I hate that. You'll see some people like go on top of their caps when they're gluing. Me myself personally, I know y'all hear me say me myself personally. I mean, that's just because there's different stylists, different strokes for different folks, and everybody does something different. So, I mean, you can follow my way, you can follow their way. I don't think any way is a wrong way. I just feel like different strokes for different folks. I can't stress that enough because I myself still watch tutorials of people working. I am actually inspired by seeing other people do this. You know, if you can't be taught, how are you gonna own a business? You don't know everything. A wise person once told me you have to be teachable in order to run a business and to be successful. So, I like to think of myself as teachable, and I can teach. So that lace is pretty much dry, guys. So now I'm just gonna take and slightly using the tip of my comb, teeth of my comb, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull that lace down. Let me get this side of that, leaning their head to the side as well. In certain positions will apply pressure, which will help you push that down into their skin just a little bit more, keeping it nice and tight. And as you can see, I'm just pressing it down into the skin. I'm using my comb to kind of like push it. Not too hard because you don't want to, especially if your glue is not completely dry, like that white residue, that ain't nothing nice, I promise you. So, have that laid down there. You can take your comb, just kind of push at it, make sure it's laying down flat. Because the ear tabs are always the first parts to come up. Once I get everything laid down and everything flat, I like to just put a little extra right by the ear tab. Whenever you see an issue, or wherever, just take and spread some more a little thinly right across there. I want this to be a little worse, so I'm going to take it with just a little extra. I'm going to make sure that's spread out very thin, guys. Get too long to dry, you are more than welcome to move along to the other side. If not, you can just give it a second, turn your client more to that area. side. Going to put a band on first. Give me just 1 second. 1, 2. First, let me hop now. So we are here with our part. I don't know, for some reason I'm feeling like I'm not going to cut this a little deeper right here. We're thinking deep side part, blunt cut. I guess you could say bob. We may do straight or we may do a flip top. I'm not 100%. It's kind of late, so we're probably just gonna go straight this time, and then we're definitely gonna do something. We're gonna do a little bit of baby hair, nothing crazy. We're gonna swoop some hairs here on the side. Make sure we get this straightened. Yes, so you guys got to do the whole lace with us. We're going to pull out those baby hairs before we go ahead and spray that lace line, put the band on. I am between what I want to use to do so. If you guys are using bands, make sure you wash your bands, guys. Clean bands will give you a better lay. You can wash your bands to make sure that they're not getting all gunky and stuff. So I am going to take out our baby hairs. So since guys, so I just wanted to be able to pull that out of the way. band on. Work fast on this part, guys, as clearly something's wet, and then you put something hot to it. You don't want to have your client all singed up. Some of them like it. Let's see. She said, well, I'm not fella. Just literally about to put our band on, and then I'm gonna style her off camera. So I need you to. You guys for sticking around with us while we did this tutorial. I appreciate all your patience with me. And again, it's always love, and you guys know what to do, baby. Follow, like, subscribe, and comment. Hit the bell too. Make sure you get notifications. John Slade out.